In this video we'll be repairing this mesh, which has several holes, missing parts and some misalignment. So to start off with, I'll go to shaded view and inspect the holes in the mesh. So we'll just repair them one by one, starting with this one. To fix this, I'm going to sub-object select and scale to 0. Same for this one, hitting the scale button and typing 0. This one up here, we can use the repair fill mesh hole in the mesh toolbar. You have to click on the mesh edge and it will fill it in automatically. Do the same for this one. If you want to see where the mesh edges are, you can turn on your mesh wires in the display tab. This can be handy for this command so you can see which edge you can click on, and also you can see the structure of the patch on your mesh. Okay, we've got a bit more of a tricky one over here, so we'll use the add a mesh face. So click on that icon and then click on 2 areas and you can make a single face. We'll do it here as well. Okay, and we'll just get around that corner. Then we can use fill mesh hole. Use the same technique for down here. Turn it into different segments. I'm just using the right mouse button to reactivate the command. Just come around this corner here. Now we'll use fill mesh hole. Sometimes they can be a bit hard to select, so you just need to move to a different angle in the viewport. There we go. Now the fill mesh hole command should work. Okay. Same for this side. Turn off the mesh wires. So we've got a bit of a bump there. Okay. Right, that is due to these meshes coming up to this high point. So we need to delete those, just holding Control Shift, sub-object select, and okay, we need to do a little more patching here. So the issue there was a mesh from down here was going to a high point up there and making a bump. So what I'm doing is filling the mesh in this direction to help to create the curve. I have to delete this one. Okay, and now when we fill this mesh hole, it should feel flat and smooth. Okay, that's a bit better. That's passable. That one's okay too. Right. Do this one next. Okay, this one's a little bit more complicated. So what I think we should do on this one is we'll take a section and now we'll isolate the section. Okay. I'm going to split this curve here and delete this part. Okay, now we will rebuild these curves. Just looking for the icon. Rebuild curve. Okay, and we'll rebuild them as 10 control points and degree free. Okay, we get 0.6 deviation. I think that's okay at this stage. Right, now we will blend the curve. Which is just here in the curve tools, adjustable curve blend. Okay, that looks alright. Now we will show our mesh. And you can see we have a curve here. Going to go E for surface, build surface. I'll show you where the icon is. Just to clarify, this isn't a mesh, this is surface from edges. Okay. This one's a bit tricky. Okay, we'll split this edge. And now we'll do a blend surface. Okay, now we'll do an edge surface then. split this edge by point, split, select object to split. Okay, so on this one we can look at this side. Because we're going to be using shrink wrap, we can cheat a little bit here. We'll copy this and we can try mirroring it. And seeing what we've got. Okay, that works pretty well. Then what can we do here? We can also probably copy this little feature around there, and again mirror. Okay, that should be close enough. Okay, finally we have this back leg, which kind of represents a shifted mesh, so we'll delete that one. Okay, and we use the rotate tool, rotate there and there, holding shift to straighten it up. Okay, I'll use the align tool to align it with the bottom of the other legs, and I'll also use the align tool to line it up to there we go. Right, one more. Okay, as for this one, I think the thing to do is we'll select the mesh and we'll take a section . 1, 2, 1. Get rid of that section. Okay. Get those two and those two, and we'll loft them. Rebuild. Increase the point count. There, that's looking okay. Great. Okay, so at the moment we have the mesh and it's got some kind of dodgy patches as well as surface geometry, and so the thing to do now is to shrink wrap it. So select the whole thing, and in the mesh tools the shrink wrap icon is here. Click on that, and like I always say, start with a relatively big number. Uncheck fill holes because it tends to fill small holes. That's more if you have a hole that passes through the whole job. Preview and hide input objects. Okay, this is good, so it's processing it, what we do next is we decrease the target edge length. So go down to 10, go down to 5. Okay, and then we'll inspect the geometry, and we can see we're having some issues, so we'll decrease that a bit more. Okay, go back up to 6. Okay, this is telling us there's some holes in there that are too big, so now we can try fill input holes, and we can decrease this. Just keep playing with the number. 3, that's looking okay. Hit OK. And sure, it needs a little bit of work, but at least now we have a closed mesh that is 3D printable. So I hope you enjoyed this video and added a few mesh repair tools to your toolkit. If you enjoyed this, please check out my other videos. Thank you. Please check out my other videos and consider subscribing to my channel. I release a new video about once a month, and primarily they are real world reverse engineering and CAD modeling tips. I do plan to release a course at some point next year. I'm still just perfecting my video editing skills, as you can probably tell. If you happen to require reverse engineering or CNC machining or 3D scanning, please also check out my business, methodcnc.com, and feel free to get in touch to discuss your projects. Thank you.